back. Episode 7.
We came back a little late, but we're back.
Yep.
I'm Michelle.
I'm India.
And we are about to review Married at First Sight.
Episode 7, Season 11.
Okay.
So, who you want to start with today, girl?
Miles and Karen.
Okay. Miles and Karen, that's a good couple. Okay.
Miles and Karen.
All right. I don't have any notes, but you do.
Just a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. So
the episode started with them coming
everybody
back from
going
the
to their
honeymoon,
new
going to
apartment.
the apartment.
So everybody's seeing the
Yep.
new apartment.
Mhm.
And Karen is looking for any reason
She sure is.
to not
I agree.
like him.
Yep.
Because now all of a sudden it's his age.
Mhm.
4 years.
Yeah.
Girl.
It feels like forever. I would have been concerned with his age initially, but once you've been around
Once you've been around him for a week
can't
and you
use
see
that
that
as
he's
an
not
excuse.
he's playful
Mm-hmm.
and he jokes a lot, but that doesn't seem like it's a problem. And she just, oh my gosh, she just nags about everything. Like she was like, oh my God, you have so many shoes. You have more shoes than me. And it was just like,
How she said. I think it's how she says that.
I didn't like it.
Yeah. I don't know if she's nervous around the camera, but something doesn't translate well with her. Like, I think she regrets doing it. And
On top of
she's really,
yes.
Yeah. I don't
So,
think.
I agree.
I don't think she should have been on the show.
I 100% agree. She should not have done this show. When they met with Pastor Cal, and when they met with Pastor Cal, and he was like asking her what she was scared of, I was just like, all of these things
This
are reasons why you should not have been on the show. So she either did the show for money, she either did the show because maybe she thought it was a good idea, and then now she's having buyer's remorse. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
I think she did the show because she was trying to get back at that ex with the baby.
So she just want to talk about him?
Yep. No. That she just wants to move on. Just like Katie. Like, she wanted to move on. She thought, oh, Married at First Sight. Maybe her girlfriends were like, oh, you're a single girl, go on the show. She happened to make the cut. Like, she doesn't want to be on the show. And she needs to stop playing Miles. Although, something in me is telling me that they're going to make it. I think it's going to turn around. So, I don't want to, like, rag her too bad or drag her like the Twitter doing. But
well, the other thing though is that Miles is not doing himself any favors because he's just trying to please her, and she don't want to be pleased by him.
Said, yeah, and that's what the doctor says too. Is what he said: happy
spouse, happy house.
I was like, oh, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, I agree.
It is true. Like I get it though. She's the one that's scared, so he wants to be very gentle with her, but. If she's not giving you anything and you're walking around on eggshells around her, it's not going to work.
Nobody wants a people pleaser.
No.
Well, most people don't. Like, you want somebody that has an opinion, that has feelings. Like, you just don't want to think that everything they're doing is for you.
And I think that that's why she had a point when she said, I want to make sure it's the real you.
Yeah. So was there anything else during their time? Because we agreed this episode was it was a little lackluster, but there were a few good things. There were a few interesting things that happened, but not with them. I think,
they were pretty.
Oh, and his house, like she was talking about how his house was a little messy. Like, I thought his place it's very typical guy, like especially 26-year-old, and they, I don't know, like it wasn't that big of a deal. But
you do have any other notes?
You think that they're gonna so the preview for the next episode,
what happened?
His friends know that they haven't kissed on the mouth, because then they're like, I dare you to kiss him on the lips.
That made me feel a little better.
Yeah,
like,
and she was sitting on his lap, like it was
I
cute.
was like they're about to get somewhere. She just is completely tripping right now.
It was cute, but it's still. They got a long way to go, and I just don't trust her. And the nerve, I did put something else Oh, where did I put it? Karen's baggage is worse than Miles's depression.
Yeah.
Like, her baggage from this dude and her baggage from not wanting to trust. Like, to me, that's worse than his depression because, one, he's open and honest about it and he's trying to work on it. Is she trying to fix it? Is she trying to, she doesn't seem like she's trying to.
You still have to try. Although you have these reservations, you have to put your all into it, Karen. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you're going to have reservations. Yes, it might be awkward when he hugs you, but just try to let loose. And it'll happen.
And she was just like, I'm not used to someone coming up behind me and hugging me. I was like, girl, if you don't go to the comment and get out of here, like, what are you talking about? Like, I just feel like she's lying.
Me
like,
too.
To
She
be
just
honest,
don't like him.
She's lying.
She just doesn't like him.
That's what I feel.
She just don't want him and she don't like him.
Yeah.
So, of course, somebody you're not attracted to, you don't want hugging you from the back.
That's true. Like, it does
and
make
that's
you
what
feel
it
a little
is.
weird.
It's
that's
no
what
way
it
in
is.
hell if you were attracted to him and really liked
liked him that you would not be pumped that he was like giving you all this attention.
So basically, Karen, we know you don't like Miles, girl.
Yeah.
But I hope you do end up liking him soon.
Yeah.
He seems like a good guy.
He does. Like, I don't know. She said that she was attracted to him. It was like the first time he'd heard her say it.
Yeah.
Or that he was attractive. I don't know if she
He's
said
a cutie or something.
whatever she said.
He's a cute guy.
Okay. So next is
Bennett and Amelia.
And Bennett is hilarious.
You think so?
I think it's like he's so quirky and funny. Like he was
when he walked in that apartment, he was like, "This is so funny living with somebody."
That's what
I'm like,
you didn't like it.
I thought the quirkiness is a put on a little bit. For her, no, but for him, it seems.
Well,
like,
he's an actor.
Yeah, it seems like he's acting.
He's an actor.
I know he's different, and I
he's
know
an actor.
He's eclectic, but all of that.
That's true. He is an actor.
It's like, okay, Bennett.
So
I like them together, though.
I think they're really good together.
I think they're a strong match. And you see how quickly he changed his stance on adoption, flip flopper.
And then she was already being like open.
Yeah,
even from the first time. She was like, I would adopt.
And then adopt.
Yes. You knew he was going.
Yeah, like how you gonna tell this woman or any woman?
But you know what? Here's the thing. He didn't tell her. His sister did, and then she came back to him with it. And when she came back to him with it, he was like, he had to answer. He didn't bring it up. And his hating ass sister don't want him to be with her because on the preview, yes. In the preview, she's like, I don't want you to go. Girl, I mean, don't get me wrong. I know siblings are like that. And
no
if she's
siblings
younger,
gonna want their brother to be like she said, follow somebody you just met. But he can always come back.
The whole point is that
like,
he committed to this show.
Right, he can come back.
So
hopefully it does work out and they're married and he's with her. But if it doesn't,
he can get on the plane and drive
and come back to his tiny house.
Yes, that he built.
I do get his reservations though when he was like he kind of wants. I mean, they have to talk about it because it's true possibility.
And he doesn't even know where. But like, what if it's a place where he would hate it?
She picked New Orleans #1. She said,
yeah,
or, she picked it. I mean, I think we heard that she doesn't end up in New Orleans, but
right.
What if it's like Alaska and he's like, oh hell no. But what if it's somewhere
or what if it's Minnesota or what if it's Texas and you're just like, I'm not living in Texas. Yeah. Like I would say, it just depends. Yeah. So I agree that he has to, that's a decision that you can't make until you have all the information.
Yeah, and there's no point of dwelling on it. Like he can say, yes, of course I would move and sell my house and do whatever you want to do. I mean, they could have some type of long distance situation.
Yeah, and
when he comes every other week. Like, who knows?
She's gonna. Why? And on top of that, residency.
Yeah,
residency. You spend 70, 80, 90 hours a week in the hospital. Why would he move there if she's never gonna be home?
Yep. So they can work something
you can figure it out. But
Pastor Kyle, I mean, they do have to talk about it. He has to bring it up. But he was looking annoyed with Pastor Kyle.
Yeah,
he was nice about it, but he wasn't.
I
mean, I don't know what you said. Like, I just met her. Maybe in 4 weeks, I'll know for sure. I'll leave with this woman, but
yeah,
I can't tell you in 10 days that I will up and leave. Somebody. Yeah, that I've just met. Now, maybe in a month, I'll be head over here.
It's so unrealistic. Some of those questions, some of these issues are just come on.
But they had to bring it up.
They did, because it's the only drama that they have. Yeah. They don't have drama. They're not gonna have drama.
Yeah, they're really cute. I like Bennett. Yeah. I like Amelia. I like them together. So hopefully they work out. What do y'all think?
And then when they were in the closet trying to check out the acoustics, they're just cute together. Yeah. So I don't think there's really.
And I think they're both really attracted to each other, like they said.
Yes, the way that he asked her, and she was like, yes, like the fact that they haven't crossed lines. or not cross lines, but the fact that they haven't gone to cross that line
You don't think that that's it?
No, I think they kind of insinuated
they
had
didn't?
it.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
or I think they said they had it. I think that they're both just.
Did y'all see? Did you see his
weird.
feet? They were talking about his feet
No.
being dirty.
Oh.
When he had them feet up, woo.
Well, he was
barefoot on that floor, honey. His feet was black at the bottom.
In the new house, in the new apartment.
Yeah,
I didn't see it. Okay, I will admit I fell asleep a little bit on it, and I didn't rewind.
Yeah, his feet were dirty, but it's okay.
But it was only like 2 minutes that I fell asleep on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
next. Henry and Christina.
Henry
and Christina. So I feel bad for calling Henry special needs last episode.
He does have a tick.
He has a tick. That has nothing to do with his
special needs.
That
right.
has nothing to do
he
with
does
his
have a tick, which
yeah.
means he's just anxious or has
and you can
that's
tell
his.
He was under pressure during that time because his tick came out.
His tick was very
so you can
pronounced.
Tell he was feeling.
So you can tell he has like anxiety or is very uncomfortable with the cameras probably and with talking about things and like being made to talk about something. This man don't like to talk.
But do you think it's because he has a tick, so he has suppressed talking as much as possible? Is that a thing?
No, I know.
Like
because I think people have ticks and they just
talk still.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've no.
Okay. Well, I will say that Henry was coming out his shell a little bit when he was like, basically, I'm not trying it because I don't like her like that.
He said he friend zoned her ass.
He said she's a friend, like she's a little.
And here's the crazy part: is that it's her personality that's turning him off.
Yeah.
I mean, he may not be attracted to her physically. She's not unattractive, so I mean, I think he can acknowledge that she's cute enough, but it's the personality. You don't think she's attractive. Okay. So, his house. So the nerve of of Christina to talk about anything in his home when she does not have a home.
And I thought his little
studio was fine.
Yeah, for a single man, that was fine.
His
it wasn't
studio
dirty.
was fine. It wasn't dirty.
It was nice.
She was talking about his little trinkets, but y'all picked up them damn trinkets and decorated your apartment with them because you ain't have nothing.
Because you don't have no apartment.
You don't have an apartment. He was like, "Oh, she's a liar."
Do y'all think it's because she's a flight attendant? And she's mentioned coming from California, so maybe she used to be based in California. Now she's based in New Orleans.
Yeah, maybe the timing. But just say that. But if the timing is such that you didn't have to get a place, right? But if the timing is that she didn't have to, and she knew she was going to get on the show, when she found out about the show, and then she got on the show, like why would?
So when he asked where you live, why would you lie? I would have just been, I live with a friend right now, and that's what I would have said. My friend don't want that place on camera.
But he says whatever
Central Business
District. Yeah, he said CBD. So maybe whoever she was living with does live there.
But then she seemed like a damn liar.
She does seem like a liar.
So, Christina, do you have a place, or are you homeless like Matt?
And it seems like Matt. It's a whole Matt situation.
Do you even live in New Orleans? Because he said, "Where do you live?" New Orleans. Well, duh. This is Matt's New Orleans.
Right, but really. Her family lives in New Orleans. She signed up for it. Maybe her home base is. So here's the thing: is that with sometimes with flight attendants, sometimes your home base can be somewhere that's not your home, and then you have to like catch flights home. So, like your home. Like if you get hired and they're like, "Oh, we don't have any positions where your home base is there, but you can have your home base here." Like that, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
Right.
So, and then she does not like anything. Like literally, she was just like walking through his house. Like she was walking through the new apartment.
Yeah.
She was walking through the new apartment and did not like anything. And I was just like,
Henry shows his emotions on his face because he was like, okay.
He does. He sees it. He's like, oh. Yeah. And then she's like, oh, we have to change the feng shui in here is off.
Let's
Girl,
move the furniture.
The way you moved the couch was not consistent with feng shui. No way. No how. You still had it off. Like it was so awkward. Maybe that was just for the show. Who knows? Like
it had to be.
Because it was like they moved the other ottoman piece. We don't even know where they moved it. It wasn't even no place for it.
Nope. And it went on. Like, why would you move it? It didn't make sense.
It was okay.
And Christina, you should be happy you have housing because you're homeless. So don't be trying to move the furniture and all that other stuff. You know what I mean? Like you're homeless.
She walked in that apartment and did not like one thing, and he noticed it. He does not like her personality. And her
but Henry
personality
is still weird. I still stand by the fact that he shouldn't be on the show.
Agreed, because he doesn't talk. And he doesn't communicate.
Like you have to communicate. So that's one of them people only a mother could love. Is that the same? That's for if they.
That's a face.
It's like you gotta grow to like Henry. Like you can't just put him on a show. He has to have some type of personality.
You have right. I don't know how they got this.
Pastor Kyle was like, she got a little sad. And I do believe that could offset, but she needs somebody to put her in her place. And that's not him.
Right.
That could be like, calm it down. Why are you talking to these people like that? Like she was going off in the resort. Like, calm down. And Henry's not gonna do it. He's just gonna fall back.
He's turned off by her personality.
And why wouldn't he communicate that to her when she asked the fool, like, can you calm down a little bit?
Because he doesn't talk. He's not confrontational.
Henry need to go too.
Christina
and Henry need to go.
And apparently he leaves the house next
he was like
episode.
Yeah.
And they
follow he doesn't seem like he's good at conflict resolution, and she don't either.
Because he doesn't talk, and she just goes off the deep end. So there's just no. I don't know. I don't see that. No. Okay, so then
who's next?
Olivia and Brett. Olivia and Brett.
Okay.
Did you not remember who they were?
Yes, Olivia and Brett. Okay.
Olivia was also giving very negative vibes.
Yes. She was hating on this man's house. I think Olivia thought that she was going to just insert her husband right into her life.
But here's the thing.
She was kind of acting weird with the hanging out with her sister and her friends all the time. Then she is hating on his house because she knows you're renting, he's buying. So if you guys do stay together, more than likely, either you guys can buy somewhere else or you have to move in with him. I don't know why she's tripping about it. If she makes so much money and he has a house, maybe they could afford in the future to buy where she lives.
And she got debt.
And you have debt.
That came up later.
So how about you move into his house, get your debt together, and then y'all can afford to move where you want to live, which is wherever he said, uptown, wherever they live, where he liked that area. He said he lived there before, but he just couldn't afford it.
To buy a house there.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. What happened to like common decency? Like if you are dating someone, like let's just think real talk. Like if you're dating somebody, real life, and after a month you go to their house and you see their house, you're not going to be like, oh, you're going to be like, oh, you're going to compliment the things that you do like.
Yep.
You're not going to just be quiet. You're not going to be silent. Like why would you just be like,
Olivia was acting
like
weird.
she had she just had her nose up walking through his house, and like he could feel the energy. And that's the thing, is that so we know he has a problem with her making more money than him. Yeah. So he internalizes everything. Too. It's on the previews. But even during their session with Pastor Cal, it was clear he was demonizing her and the things she wanted to do because she made more money. He's insecure about it. That's fine, but she has to understand the dynamics of men and women and egos and the fact that it's traditional for men to be breadwinners. So if he's not the breadwinner, he might feel some kind of way. And if he's already expressed that, or if he's doing things and saying things that let you know that he's kind of feeling a way, then why wouldn't you give him a little push? Like, help him. He doesn't know you.
They both got big egos.
She does have a big ego, which is fine, but he does too. So they bump heads. Yeah. Like, I mean, it's not fine. I don't think either. Like, both of them need to know how to, humble themselves or just be a little less offended by a little shit. Like, why do y'all care about I don't know. But on the flip side, that's what I said. I was like, literally, Brett had the best house of everyone on the show. Brett had the best house of every single person.
And it probably wasn't in a terrible area or far off or anything.
Yeah.
Because she would have said that. She would have been complaining about that.
It's too far.
She just was like, oh, this doesn't have a decor. This is like a bachelor pad. Of course. So come in.
He's a bachelor.
And it'll be even better because you can make it your own.
Yeah. And he also, I don't think that he expressed himself to her. He was expressing himself on the interview, like on the confessionals or whatever, but he wasn't expressing himself to her. So the fact that he was just like, I'm really proud of my house. I mean, he said that in front of Pastor Cal, and then she kind of gave him validation.
Yes, she did.
She was just like, yeah, he owns, I don't. And he was like surprised. He was like, huh.
Yeah.
And then they are so trifling when they tried to make it seem like he was walking away from her. I said, he's going to get tissue. Why are they playing? And that's exactly what happened. I was rolling. I was like, they are so dramatic. And it's not even.
But I get Olivia's concerns about him because they both are the same. Like, she knocked down his dreams. He knocking down hers. Like, oh, we can't afford it. It's not, but she doesn't have a budget. I mean, just because she doesn't have a solidified budget and she probably does need to sit down doesn't mean she doesn't budget in her head. And that's what she was saying. She was trying to say, you budget for travel.
Don't tell me I don't know what a budget is.
Yeah,
don't be rude. And that's the thing is that
I pay my bills on time.
He gets on attack mode when he feels pressed. When he's offended or whatever, he just goes
He was like,
straight
well, she doesn't have a budget.
Mode.
Okay, but I make way more than you, so it don't matter.
So I know she makes 2.5 times more than him.
And you're talking about she doesn't have a budget.
And then Pastor Cal was like, you're worried about your retirement? And then the fact that this man said if he goes on a vacation a year, I was like, oh, so we just not doing no vacations?
So he's saying if he can't go on a vacation, he just has to every day go to work out.
Yes.
And I get why she was concerned.
That is concerning.
Yeah.
If you travel and go out and do things.
And I want to do it with you. I don't want to have to just go out on girls' trips.
She also felt a way about paying for it, which I get. But to his point, when she was like, I want to go to Saints games. And he was like, okay. And she was like, but I want you to come with me. He was like, okay, will you buy the tickets? And she was like, no. Well, ma'am, there has to be a compromise. You make 2.5 times more than this man.
At that point,
Yeah,
I get it.
Like, come on. You don't want to take care of him, but at the same time, it's a very hard situation to be in.
But she should have said she didn't want to make them. She should have said that she wanted somebody to make the same amount of her.
Right. That's a conflict for them. Because she wants to be taken care of, but then she has a man that really can't take care of her to her standards. But on the flip side, they're not thinking about it from a marriage perspective, because if they were, then clearly they would be winning, because at some point, once you pool resources, you have more discretionary income.
So it's not like he doesn't work. He works.
He is salty though. When the guys went out, the preview for next week where the guys are together, and they was like,
Woody was like,
she makes more. Brett don't like that. She makes more money than him.
Get over it. And we see right through you, Brett.
Right through it. But that's the thing. We knew he was insecure. We could tell he was insecure. His insecurities show. I think it's funny that you sign up for something and you just don't realize how much it's going to reveal about you. He probably thought that he would be able to just joke his way and be sarcastic and joke his way through 8 weeks.
All of his vulnerabilities are coming on out.
Because the cameras are rolling and we see you.
Yeah.
We see
but both of them kind of act very similar. I saw a little negative in her too.
She is. No, I 100% agree.
They both are negative.
They both are. He's negative as a defense mechanism. She is because she's judgy. She judges. I
think it's a defense mechanism for her too. I think she does not want to leave her life, and so she's gonna put his house down because she don't want to move there. Anybody else would be like, no, get rid of your apartment and move. She's like, I know I'm renting, but I love my bubble. Girl, you got to be uncomfortable then. You have to move out.
You have to make sacrifices in marriage, period. You knew going into this. So she just wanted things to fit perfectly, like you said. She just wanted to be able to drop a husband right into her life.
That did this, and it's not going to work.
And no couple, the couples.
She hasn't dated for 5 years. I see why.
Yeah, because she's unwilling to compromise. She's unwilling to compromise. But the other thing is that the couples who have made it, let's think about it, it's not that many, but they've all sacrificed. They have all had to make sacrifices. So girl, even if you haven't dated, you done watched this show. You've watched this show. You've seen what other couples have gone through. So that's the other part that's throwing me. I guess we haven't really talked about that. But these people know what they're getting themselves into.
Especially, that's how I feel about Karen. Girl, you knew you shouldn't have did this show.
You knew.
And there are tons of people who make this show and then pull out.
Right. People are like, no, and they have to,
they have to switch partners for people. You hear about that on the behind the scenes stuff. Yeah. So Karen should have definitely not did the show. Olivia, I get why her type would do the show. She probably thought she was a little bit more open than she was.
Yes.
But
that's the thing, is that it's like you have this perception of yourself. Probably you think like, I can do it. I got this.
Yeah.
And you get into it and you like boom, get hit with like these decisions that you have to make in a split second, and you're like, oh shit, I'm not that compromising. I'm not this. I'm not that. But they're gonna be there. I said that they weren't gonna make it. You said that they were going to make it.
I think they're going to both say yes to the decision. Now, I don't know if they're going to make it to the reunion, but I think they're going to say yes.
I need to keep a note of what I said from the first
wrote it down.
So I got to go back and watch and make notes of what I said.
I think they're both going to say yes.
We did say they were going to say yes and not make it. I don't remember. Oh, well.
Or did I say one? I forgot. But
I forgot, too. We said only 2 couples was going to make it. That for sure I remember.
I said 3.
You did?
Yeah. I don't think one is going to make it to the end, but I think 3 of them.
Okay. Okay, our last couple is
Woody and Amani. They were my favorite, but I don't know.
Okay, so we have not talked about this. So I'm very curious to see your take.
I'm Team Amani on that argument. That argument was the dumbest thing I heard, and then him trying to compare it to an abortion, and then him trying to compare it to like that means he said the wrong words. I was with him. Let's have a conversation about it. But his thing is, what if I'm not attracted to you? What if he's very shallow. And it's very clear. She need to look like me because I like to look good. Like, he's very shallow. So that's the part that kills me about it. Yes, I get you want to be attracted to your partner, and you don't want them to make drastic decisions without consulting you. But at the end of the day, if her hair is breaking off and she want to cut her hair, if she just feel like I need to cut my hair, I just want to. It's nothing you can do about it.
But we're not going to act like there are not married couples that have full-blown fallout, drag down arguments about the exact same thing, that have been together, that know each other. So the bottom line is, any drastic change, anything
but that has nothing to do with abortion.
It does not. He completely his argument
that I was
he
like,
was trying to, but prior to that though, I understood his point. We have only been married for a week. So I can only go by what I know for now. I'm not saying I'm on Woody's side. I think that they were both really unrealistic. Amani is unrealistic in thinking that a man that she just met a week ago is going to be okay with her changing her appearance drastically and saying that, and him being like, okay, cool, no problem. And she knows he's not that kind of guy. Like you said, he's very vain. He's very
that's why I think Amani was doing that. I think she was pushing back. Like, she probably wouldn't do that. She probably loves her. Like, she's probably not going to cut her hair, but she probably is like, you're not going to tell me you're not going to be attracted to me because I don't have hair. So that's why I shouldn't cut my hair. I think if she knows good and damn well, she would have a conversation. She would not walk in the house.
But when you try to make that point, then you have to stick to your argument, and you end up losing ground.
He lost ground with that abortion.
He definitely lost ground with the abortion. But prior to the abortion comment,
I think he lost ground with saying, what if I'm not attracted? What if I'm not attracted? What if I'm not attracted?
Men are dumb, and that's exactly what they say.
That's what he means.
He does mean that. Men love long hair. Like 80-20, 90-10. 90% of men like long hair.
80% of body. I'm like, so what if she cuts it into a little, like, it was
a little natural? She got
to me,
hair.
It was one of those been in a million situation. Cross that bridge when you get to it. You sitting up here arguing with somebody you knew for a week about hair.
And that's why I thought it was in both of them. That's why I thought they were both being like so unrealistic.
I thought she was getting defensive and was like, you ain't gonna tell me how to do my hair now.
She was, and that's because the thing.
My looks is not just my hair. I think she was
like, you're not. They literally had just finished talking about the fact that he was attracted to her honesty.
Yeah,
and that's the best thing. And then now all of a sudden, so the maybe they spun it that way, and maybe they were, the producers are asking questions. So maybe the producers were sticking in some questions to pull that out, because they do have a pretty good relationship, and they do are like, oh, we agree, we like this, we like that. So they needed to get some dissension in there, but I just felt like they were both.
And he wants a baby, talking about something. I was hoping for a
honeymoon baby. That's crazy.
Woody is off, y'all. I don't care what you say. That honeymoon baby, then saying me and my ex were trying to have a baby, then she went and had an abortion. It's like,
he said it was a long time ago.
Okay, my long sister, let me tell you,
really?
A long time ago was even worse. He's 30. So when was you trying to have a baby? 25?
24.
He wants a family. This is what my long sister Jocelyn said. Hi, Jossie. I told her that was a very good analysis. Jocelyn said, This was definitely a turning point in their honeymoon phase. I also just worry that Woody is in this because he's longing for a family unit and also a father figure, which he got lucky with Amani's fathers being so receptive to him.
That is not a bad point.
You wanted to have kids with at 30. You're a man. You want to have kids with somebody you just met. There's no rush on the honeymoon, and you haven't even gotten to know her. That is a small flag to me. It's not a small flag. It's a big flag. Why you want family that bad? I can see if you're like, okay, after 1 year, we're gonna start trying. Even that is pretty soon for just meeting somebody. But I can see that
red flag.
You're talking about on the honeymoon. You wanted to get her pregnant, and we see how that turned out for Shanice and Jeffy. You didn't get to enjoy each other.
Nope.
Once you add a baby,
you don't get to know how much you like that person. Yeah. And that's the problem.
I think it's him wanting to be a father. And that's weird too. That would be, to me, if I was Amani, I'd be like, but she might want a baby, so it might be fine.
She's not seeing it as a red flag, but she's and they tried to cover that up, but
talking about one time. Okay, sis. It was more than one.
Girl, your gut reaction would have been yes. If it was only one time.
Yeah, you wouldn't even say that. Right.
Because you wouldn't have been like, you wouldn't have let the exception be the rule.
Exactly. Yeah. Nah. I don't know. Woody was turning me off a little bit, and he's a little bit extra.
He is extra.
I wouldn't be able to deal with no man like that. He do too much.
He and his grandmother are roommates. That is so funny.
They're not roommates. You live in your grandmother's home.
Does he? But the way he tried to say.
Exactly.
The way he tried to say.
Well, me and my grandma didn't know. When I moved to Big Mama house.
He said that they moved in together. Because I was in a little
financial ruin.
He said they moved in together.
Woody didn't move in with his grandmama. He moved in the Big Mama house. You see all them pictures of him running track and stuff? He's always lived with his grandma. He's like Keith from Philadelphia season. He lived with his grandma. Talking about when we moved in. Yeah, when you came back from college, you moved back home to your grandmama house.
Oh my God.
Which it ain't nothing wrong with the shoot. I don't know. Like I would.
Culturally, a lot of cultures stay home with family until they get married. Home, but so that's fine. He tried to spin it like when we moved together. They roommates. What you mean? That's his roommate. I thought that was
probably lived on his own and then did move back in and was concerned about bringing women and stuff. I get that. That was probably true.
His grandma is his roommate, according to him.
His grandmother he needs a family, and this is what he wants. And I think that Amani probably makes more than him, of course. And so that's why on the preview, he was like, get over it. Like, she makes more than you, Brett. Who cares? I mean, it might not. It's probably not the same drastic. That is a lot more. Like, yeah, you're right.
But I just feel like, and I think that it would be hard for someone to get over that. So I don't.
You think so? Yeah. Then don't get on the show.
It would be hard for a man.
But a man can't say, hey, I want a woman that makes less than me.
But who's expecting? I mean, she's a nurse. This season has some very successful people.
That's true.
Amelia is going to med school. Like, she's supposed to be a doctor. She technically has her degree as a medical degree. But like, Olivia is a nurse practitioner. Nurse practitioners literally they do everything the doctors do. Mm-hmm. Like, that is not like just a little money here. Like, and she's been doing it for a while. Yeah. She's not straight out of school, so she's not just making like six figures, $100,000. And we know doctors make good money. Doctors make $150,000, $200,000 straight out of school. So even if she made half of that, that's what I'm saying. Oh, girl is making like $2.
Maybe. Especially depending on what she's doing. She could be doing stuff part-time and all that.
Yeah.
I didn't like how Brett was trying to get at Olivia. I didn't like that. You don't have a budget. Stop. You don't have a budget. That's all you can stand on. You don't have a budget, but she can make a budget.
She still got the money to budget.
And she said she asked him like this. I think they will be a good match as far as that. If she's not super concerned, and she said he's getting credentials to make more money.
Right. So she was absolutely trying to.
She was trying in that
moment. She was trying to support him, or give him words of affirmation and show that she was, still interested in him. But the problem is not her. The problem is him.
Yep.
On that spectrum.
On that.
That he's the problem because he doesn't like the fact that she makes so much more money than him, and he's very insecure about it.
Then he needed to get a new job. Get a second job. Go back to Woody and Amani. No, I think that was it. I thought he was ridiculous comparing that hair stuff to abortion. I think he's annoying, but I can see them still working. Like, it wasn't anything that was.
I think they'll stay together. Like, I don't know that they're gonna. I think that they'll still stay together. I think they'll say yes. I think they'll stay together even by the reunion.
Yeah,
I just don't think that they will make it long term.
Really?
Yeah. I just see them as a 2-3 year relationship.
Okay. That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
An exciting.
Like,
phase.
it's exciting. Yeah. You try. You push past things that you don't like. You still keep trying, and then eventually you're just like, it's not worth it. And they're still young enough to where they would give enough.
But
time,
if they have a whole baby,
then that's a whole different story.
And they will have a baby in 3 years. The way Woody
is not prepared to be a husband
or a father.
Neither. That's the problem. Is that Woody is not mature enough to carry out those roles with someone he doesn't know. That's the problem.
I agree.
So, okay, that's all the couples. So next episode, they meet family and friends. Get into it. And Henry leaves and walks out. It'll be like I feel like next episode is gonna be good.
I'm so curious to see how they act and how Christina and Henry act in front of family and friends. If they even do it, because did they even show it? I don't think I saw that. I am very curious. I think Miles
and Christina is not likable. Like, her family don't even really fool with her like that.
Nope.
Her friends,
and she's homeless.
She lives on somebody's couch and didn't admit it. We'll see what happens.
Yep, we will.
So,
thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like,
and comment. Please comment.
Yeah, comment. Our comments were lit last episode.
They were.
We missed you guys, so we're glad you're back, and we are gonna try to be consistent. So
yeah, we will.
We're gonna get this episode up very soon, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.